What is up, everybody? It is Midwest Raider fans coming at you for another video. We're super excited. It's week 15, and we're moving right along. Once again, it's another loss video. I'm super excited for another loss video, but it is what it is, and we're gonna get all into it. We got lots of great topics today. We're gonna be talking about the Raiders getting the number one pick. Is it possible? We're gonna be talking about Geno and Pete Carroll. Are they in or out for sure? Joe Burrow, got a quick question about that. I'm going to throw it in front of Jimmy's face. And then we're going to talk about a Mitch Renz video from Chad Sports. And hopefully everybody's watching. But they talked about Derek Carr and John Gruden. And we're going to get into that, especially as old school Raider fans here. We'll get into that as well. So we're going to get a little recap. We're going to get a little preview today. So we got a big video, but we're still going to try to keep it short and get it done. So thank you guys so much. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers so we can go live at least. But then after that, we're just here to make Raider content for you. Enjoy it because we're fans, and so that's what we're here to do. But let's hit that subscription. I know a lot of you guys are checking out our shorts. We put a lot of information out there as well, but please at least subscribe to the channel. Check out our videos as well. We do it nice podcast style and just talk about the Raiders. Jimmy, I'm going to throw you in here real quick. We did lose to the Broncos 24-17. Really quick, sum up that loss and what you think of the Raiders in that game real quick.
Yeah, no, it was a decent game. I mean, obviously we enjoyed ourselves, had a good time.
Yeah.
But it was kind of expected. We weren't going in looking to win. I thought we hung around there. We had our shots, it seems like we do every game, but just couldn't quite get it done. The weird thing was kicking that field goal, with that penalty delay game on the defense there.
Yeah.
We're not have to get into it, but I think that was some Vegas gambling stuff going on. I don't know, neither here nor there. Obviously, losing by 7 looks better than losing by 10.
Yeah.
We were it seemed like we were in the game, but then it also seemed like we weren't in the game. The Broncos obviously looking for that number one seed. They're for sure in the playoffs regarding what seed they get, just kind of how they finish their year out. But, overall, it wasn't a bad game. Obviously, we probably cheered a little too much when Geno went down. So they brought in Pickett. It was good to see him fight. I think my biggest takeaway from him was his scrambling ability because he has that same line that Geno had, but he didn't take the sacks. He rolled out, got out of there. He threw the ball downfield. Granted, I know, take it with a grain of salt. Denver was just in their prevent, it's towards the end of the game. So, no quick score touchdowns, for us to, maybe kick an onside and miracle happens. But he looked good throwing the ball. I know you got the stats there that you'll probably go over a little bit. But I'm excited to see what he does this week. Obviously, Geno is out, so Pickett will get the start and kind of see what he can do.
Absolutely. Just looking for this too. We're going to throw this in here for that game. Caleb Rogers made a start in that game, and we had talked about this in other videos that we need to see our younger prospects, and he definitely balled out, man. He was 32 pass snaps, 0 penalties, 0 sacks, 0 hits on the quarterback, 0 hurries on the quarterback, and 0 pressures to the quarterback, according to PFF. So, was a very good game for him. And we had said, and the coaches had said, well, we compete, and he's just not ready, and blah blah blah. And like I said, players might not practice as well as they show up to games. When they're ready for a game, you're going to play a little bit different. And he balled out, and it really shows you that maybe practice can't always tell you if these guys are ready. You got to give them a chance in a game.
Well, and that's if they're accurate. I mean, they obviously said we had the next man mentality, but I didn't see that at all this year,
Yeah. So, Geno was 13 for 21 and a TD to Bowers. He looked a little bit better. He did have a little time to throw the ball. I thought the line did decent. I mean, there was 4 sacks in this game, I think, or something like that. But they played a little better. Yeah, Caleb Rogers, man, he looked good. And but then Pickett comes in. He goes for, I got it on my other side here, 8 for 11, 97 yards and a touchdown, and he did it in one quarter. Like he didn't even. Geno had 116 yards in 3 quarters. So we definitely know who should be starting. I think we have a better chance with Pickett right now, just because Geno's not mentally there, in my opinion. So as long as Geno starts, I guarantee we'll be losing. But you know, who knows what Pickett can do? And so it's really nice to see him in there right now.
Yeah,
So
no, I agree.
other than that, I think the Raiders' play of the game for me was
Hendrickson.
Cedric Jackson, I think is his name. Um, Cedric Jackson. It's Bo Jackson's nephew. Had a great catch. His first catch in the NFL was a touchdown in the NFL, which is pretty sweet. They brought him up from the practice squad. There were some other players that I didn't even think of Cedric Jackson. I knew he was playing in the preseason, but I completely forgot. I was thinking more DJ Turner coming up or some other players like that. But came in, balled out, and had a nice catch in that end zone. Another potential starter in the future, maybe.
Yep, no, I'm gonna back you on that one. That's
Mm.
gonna be my Raider way play of the game as well.
Mm.
I mean, how do you not give it to
Mm.
a relative of Bo Jackson, who's a legend there, Raiders Nation, and obviously going in and your first catch in the NFL is a touchdown. Keep that ball, sign it, put it on your mantle, and
Yeah, yeah,
celebrate, young man. Yeah, he did a good job, and it was a decent. I mean, a good route run. He
yeah,
ran
yeah,
a great route to catch that, and it was a deeper pass, mid pass, I guess, not
yeah,
a pass, but
yeah.
mid pass. So yeah, definitely going to give it to him as well.
Nice, nice. All right, so that's pretty much it. There's not too much talk about that game. Like I said, I think our defense kept us in the game a little bit, but they were breaking a little bit more this game. But kept us in it enough that if we could have been scoring some points, maybe we could have done better, or maybe if Pickett would have been in the game earlier. But
Yeah,
who
well, you
who
got to
knows?
remember they did have that return for a touchdown, so you take
Yes,
that away.
yeah, that
Granted, I'm
was
not saying the offense wouldn't have drove the ball, but
yeah,
now who knows? But we could have got a stop and
yeah. That's
made it
true.
a little
That's true.
different. But you know, any given
Absolutely. Yeah, any given Sunday. So that we won't go into that. That was the game against Denver. Let's get into some of these other topics that have been coming out in the news this week, or in the rumors. I would call them Raider rumors. So let's hit the Raider rumors. And the first rumor is it's looking like the Raiders will be getting the number one pick in the draft this year. How likely do you think that is?
I'm probably going to put it on a tombstone. Go ahead and carve it in the cement there. It's
Nice.
probably going to happen. We don't have to
Uh,
tank because I just don't think we're that good.
yeah.
Granted, it'll be interesting to see how we, do
Mm.
this weekend with Pickett. So, bring a little fire and stuff. But I'm pretty sure we're getting that number one pick.
Nice,
I mean,
nice.
I think we're almost locked in.
Well, like I said, we're definitely not beating the Eagles, but I don't know. I think with Pickett starting, as long as Pickett starts, we'll see how he plays in this game. But there's a chance maybe we can have that luck where, every time a starting quarterback starts against us, or someone takes over for somebody, they win and they look fantastic. Maybe Pickett can just have a crazy game that nobody's anticipating. Um, and that line can just give him enough time to make some plays. Who knows, but I'm not getting into that but quite yet. But yeah, I agree. I don't think we're winning too many more games, if any. Um and that week 17 is going to be a big decider with all the bottom teams in the NFL playing each other. So we'll definitely know by week 17. But yeah, I think it's pretty much, I would say, I would give it 90% that we're going to be number one. I think we might be number two, but we'll see. We'll see when we get there. All right, next
I
question,
think
real
we're sitting
quick.
good though, because I think even at the two spot, we still be able to get a
Oh,
quarterback.
absolutely, absolutely, and hopefully it is. A lot of rumors about Mendoza or the Oregon quarterback as well, which
Yeah, but we got to see because
I would be okay with either. But
yeah, Mendoza has one more year in Indiana, so I kind of want to see what he does this. In the playoffs coming up. Obviously, everybody knows
yeah,
that's college playoffs coming up. See kind of how he does. Obviously, he's a very talented kid, but who's to say he doesn't have to come out? He has one more year, so depending on they go
Mm,
and win a championship, maybe he wants to run it back, or if
mm,
he
that's true.
goes and they don't look good and he wants to run it and try to get one before he leaves college. I don't know. We'll have to kind of wait and see on him.
Absolutely. All right, next question. In your opinion, is Geno and Pete Carroll out at the end of the season?
I believe so. I think it'll
Mm,
be letting go of Pete Carroll and then Geno will follow. There's the rumors out there that he already wants out of Vegas. Obviously he's not getting along with the fans.
mm,
So I'm kind of thinking, yeah, they're one and done. Raider Nation is ready to move on. Unfortunately, obviously a lot of turnover doesn't help because you can't build on anything because you bring in the new guy and then it's a new system and trying to figure all that out. But I do think, yeah, that they are one and done, and we'll be moving on from them at the end of the season.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%. I think it's very, very likely. Uh, I would bet on that, that it's probably going to happen for sure. I mean, we have not been this bad since 2006 when we were 2-14 in 2006. It's been a long time, and we've not been good, I wouldn't say, but we haven't been this bad, and that's just terrible. That was the Aaron Brooks days, if you even remember that. Andrew Walter, Marcus Tuiasosopo were our quarterbacks, and they all had a game had some games in that season. And then 2007 we drafted Jamarcus, and even Jamarcus won 4 games for us. So, yeah, it's just we've been terrible this year. All right, a little rumor that I saw that come out, and because we watch all the Raider content out there, hopefully people will start watching us. But no matter, we just love putting content out. But I saw a video from Sanjit. He does some great videos. Um, and he just kind of put out something about Joe Burrow. He had an interview the other day, and basically he came out just saying that, he's not feeling football right now. He wants it to be fun, and he's just trying to get back to those days where he thinks it's fun playing football. And he's had a lot of stuff in his personal life. He's had girlfriend problems and home breaking in and injuries plagued him all season this year. So he's trying to get back to it being fun, basically, is how it came out. And a lot of people are looking into that and saying that, is he happy in Cincinnati? And if he was available on the market, do you think Raiders would be a landing spot for him? Or do you think that would be an option where you would think he would be at least a good veteran quarterback to bring in no matter who we brought in?
Yeah, no, I'm all for it. Where else can you have more fun than Vegas, baby? Yeah, so bring that lifestyle. I'm okay. I know he's a little injury prone. Last couple seasons, he's had some injuries. But obviously, I think bringing him in, he's got one heck of an arm. Obviously, we lost to him last time we were in the playoffs with the
That's
errant
true.
whistle, which I know I heard it, you heard it, but apparently nobody else did.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a great player. I think we have key weapons, on offense that would, help him continue his capabilities. So yeah, I would be
Yeah.
all for bringing in Burrow.
Yeah.
If,
We definitely he's been sacked like over 200 times, which is crazy this year. So I don't know if he'd ever even thinking about coming to come in Oakland, coming to Las Vegas this year, or coming in any time coming to Vegas when he knows we don't have a great offensive line. But yeah, no, I wouldn't mind having Joe Burrow. I know he's been injury prone, but when you come to a new team that can invigorate you, give you some life, all those types of things. So it would be a change for him, those types of things. So, yeah, I would be definitely interested in that scenario. I wouldn't want to give up a lot for him or a lot of money, so that would definitely play into it too. But yeah, very cool rumors out there on that. And then real quick too on that, do you think people are reading into that too much, or do you think that's just like him just saying that he is not happy in Cincinnati? What do you think?
I think he's probably just venting. Obviously, he's got Jamar Chase, one of the top receivers,
Yeah.
obviously, and they got good rapport. And I think he's venting a little, maybe beef up their defense to kind of get him. Obviously, the goal now, he's got more money than he knows what to do with. I think it's more of a vent than anything. I don't particularly see him leaving, but again, he's been injured the last couple seasons, and obviously, you've been injured, I've been injured. Granted, nothing like NFL injuries.
Yeah.
Same time, that takes a toll on your body, and you go out there and you don't want to get injured again because of how long it takes to recover, and you don't want
Yeah.
to be in that pain. So I think it was more of a vent than anything. But you never know. Like you
Yeah.
said, sometimes spark a new place is the spark that they're looking for, and like I said, it's Vegas, baby. There's plenty of things, activities to have fun and do.
Absolutely. Awesome. All right. And the last kind of thing that came out, and this came from Chat Sports, Mitch Renz. I love his content. I love his content, and I think he's definitely rooting for the Raider. I think he has a little cult following there on his channel, and everything's fantastic.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
but but I kind of disagreed with his video on John Gruden and Derek Carr. Just came out a video saying that we were all morons if we thought we should bring back John Gruden, Derek Carr. And I'll start this one off real quick because I got my quick vent on this just to get it over with. So we're all Raider fans and we all have our opinions, and we all come from different platforms, different backgrounds, different times we came into the Raider organization. And I came back when John Gruden in like 98 when he came on and he started that regime. And he took us to the playoffs within 4 years. Took us twice, I think, to the playoffs within 2 years, actually, and built that team from the ground up real quick. One was the snowball, the whole tuck rule, which
Tuck rule.
we would have went to the Super Bowl that year. And if that changes time, he would have probably won the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. If you want to try to say what could have happened, yeah, that absolutely could have happened. But it didn't. So, because we're Raiders. But then he came back in what, 2018, and he started building again. And within 4 years, he had a team that made it to the playoffs. So, period, point blank. Yes, he knows how to build teams and he knows how to win. He knows the Raiders culture. He was very close to Al Davis. So he knows how to do things. So I would not mind in any way if they tried to get him again. I wouldn't mind. I think it's an option. I wouldn't say it's my first option, but it's an option for sure. Now, him bringing back Derek Carr as well, I don't know about that. If they wanted to bring him as a veteran to a rookie that they're going to draft, absolutely. We definitely need to draft a rookie for the future. So we need to get somebody. I don't think that's really. I would love to have Derek Carr back, come back, sign a contract for a day, and retire as a Raider, and then come back as like um,
Quarterback coach.
a quarterback coach or some kind of confidant to talk about what it is to be a Raider. Derek Carr knows too the culture and how to build a culture. And yeah, Mitch Renz, man, come on, stop calling your fans morons. It's like Geno flipping off the bird, flipping off the fans. Come on, it's your fans. Say, hey, that's your opinion, guys. That's what you guys think, but I don't think we should do it. You can say that, that's fine, but you don't need to be calling your fans morons. And Jimmy, go ahead and tell me what you think real quick because I'm interested.
I'm pretty much going to back what you said. I wouldn't mind having Gruden back. I think he did a great job. And again, everybody brings up, oh, his draft picks. He had decent draft picks. It's a gamble out there. How many quarterbacks went number one and didn't do anything, didn't live up
Yeah,
to any potential? They're, got cut, nothing, not even
yeah,
backups anywhere. So it's a gamble. He brought in a lot of key players. And
yeah,
unfortunately, some bad stuff happened, And
yeah.
like you said, we went to the playoffs that year with the interim coach. And
Hmm.
who's to say, things might have been different with him calling, being the head coach there. So one last thing on Gruden coming back was one thing I think that this team is missing, and is the Raider way. None of
Correct.
this, the Raiders this season, not one aspect, special teams, defense. Don't get me wrong, I'll give it to Crosby, doing Crosby things, but that's one guy. The Raider way is all 22 guys. I mean, starters out on the field, plus all the backups, the coaches. I mean, when the
Yeah,
Raiders came to town, you knew you were in for a battle and you knew you were
yeah,
going to take some hits. And that's not what we've done at all this year. So
no,
that's why I do like, having Gruden come back, because he, like you said, Raider way, Al Davis was a big part of John Gruden back, in his first stint.
yeah,
And so I wouldn't mind it. Like I said, I think he got a
yeah.
raw deal, and I mean, most likely he'd probably still be our coach, and we'd be, maybe playoff bound, and who knows, maybe looking at a Super Bowl. I mean, you just don't know.
Yeah, you can't predict anything, but
Yeah,
yeah, we just don't want the Patriot way. We don't want the Seattle way. We want the Raider way. And there's only few people that know that culture, and we need to get that back somehow. I think that's the biggest thing that gripes all the fans out there. Yeah, yeah. And you said something about he had said doing the same thing is the definition of insanity, but uh, I don't think that as much. And I want to know what you think real quick, but you saw that he did it twice with the Raiders. He took us 2 years, or not 2 years, but he took two regimes and got us to the playoffs within 4 years. So, is that insanity that he actually got that done? Yeah. So
see, I
I
don't.
don't
Like I said, I think the biggest thing is, the definition of insanity is doing the
know.
same thing over and over and
Yeah,
expecting different results.
yeah,
So, yeah, so I get it, but I don't think, bringing back a coach to, take over and do things. Like I said, I don't see that insanity
yeah,
anyway. And like you said, I mean, he took teams, 2 years, and got them, turned around and going in
yeah,
the right direction. And
yeah.
I don't see
So
him not doing that again if we had the chance.
yeah, and I have nothing against Derek Carr. I love Derek Carr. He's one of my favorite players
Right.
all times for the Raiders and always will be. And so I love Derek Carr. But you know,
but he's getting up there. He's older now. Like,
Yeah,
you need a franchise quarterback, not a
yeah.
quarterback that we
I
can.
don't say it's not likely, like it could never happen. I'm not saying that at all. Uh, oh, it
It
would
would
just
be
be
a
like,
Raider move.
yeah, it would be a Raider move. It'd be like a one, it would, for me, it would be like a 1 year thing just to get his, like if we drafted a rookie, you put Derek Carr with that rookie and have him teach the shit out of him. That would be awesome. I'd be okay with that a little bit, but as long as he could stay healthy and those types of things and play ball. But all right, enough of that. We need to we're almost done here. Let's get into the real quick uh, Eagles game. We have week 15 against the Eagles. I'm not expecting a win in this game at all. I'm expecting to play maybe a little bit competitive because we do have some different people on the offensive line. We got Kenny Pickett now. He was throwing really good to Besh, Browers, Tucker. He's Cedric Jack. So we were hitting those receivers. The offense looked a little bit different under Olsen as well, getting some things done during that game. So there's definitely some positivity. Max got a sack that game. He now has 9 sacks on the year. The run defense is only allowing 4.4 yards rushing. So they're actually rated 16th in the NFL, which is pretty good as well. Like our defense is actually rated pretty high for run defense. So they do have some crazy players, AJ Brown, Saquon Barkley, the Jalen Hurts. They have some star potential there. So it could be a total blowout. But like I said, I think maybe uh, could we be competitive in this game? Is my question to you at all against
I
the
think we'll be
Eagles?
competitive. I don't think we're going to get blown out by any means. Obviously, the Eagles are coming, I think, off of 3 losses. I know they lost last week to the Chargers. But again, they're the defending Super Bowl champs. I think they're going to go out there, and unfortunately, again, we're just. I think we'll hang around, but I don't think at any point in the game it's going to be like, oh, we're going to win this. I think
Mhm.
we'll hang
Yeah.
around, keep it close and interesting, entertaining. But yeah, like you said, I think they just have too many weapons. Barkley, we're going to have to stop him. Hopefully,
Mhm.
our line can hold him to that
Mhm.
4.4 and not let him get loose. But then, like you said, they got Devontae Smith and
Mhm. Yeah.
AJ Brown. I mean, so they're loaded on weapons. Jalen Hurts. I mean, if he's not going to hurt you with his arm, he can hurt you with his legs. So a lot of weapons there.
Yeah.
Again, I think we can kind of hang around. It'll be interesting to see, like you said, what Pickett can do. Again, I
Yeah.
thought he looked good. Again, we got to take it with a grain of salt. Denver's just in their prevent, no quick
Mhm.
scores to, make it a game. So we'll see. But like I said, he has the talent. I mean, he took, to the playoffs when he was back with the
Yeah.
Steelers, led them to the playoffs. So I think we'll keep it competitive, but I don't think there'll ever be a moment where like, oh, we're going to win this game. I hope
All
I'm
right.
wrong. Like I said, I don't believe it. So, hey, if we can go out there and get it done, well, let's get it done.
Yeah, the Eagles had 7 sacks last game, which is crazy for them. They usually only have about 2 sacks a game,
Yep.
but I could see that happen against the Raiders. It could happen. We haven't. If Geno was in there for sure, they'd get 7 sacks. But maybe we'll see something a little bit different with Kenny Pickett. So, yeah, I agree with you totally. I think my prediction is we're going to keep it close. I'm going to predict it real quick. I'm going to say it's going to be. A reasonable, I think they score around 20 some points again. So 24 to our 14 because we only score 15 points a game. So, and I know that's not with Kenny Pickett, but that's our average. So I'm going to go 24 to 14, an Eagles victory. But like I said, hopefully we can make it look competitive till the end.
Yep. No, I'm almost identical with you. I think it's
Okay.
going to be close, but I'm going to say 24-17.
Okay.
I think
Mm.
drives has some decent drives, may stall out and we'll get a field goal. But yeah, twenty-four
So,
seventeen Eagles. What you didn't mention is this is the going to be the 14th game that we've played. And I was debating if I was going to do it. And I'm sure we're all sick of it. So I'm just going to leave it at this, that the Eagles lead the series 7-6.
oh, okay.
Yeah, see, you know
Uh,
what I could have done there, but I didn't because we're all sick of that. So I'll just leave it at that.
All right, all right. We get it. We get it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been Midwest Raider fans. Like I said, we're just trying to hit those subscriber marks. So please give us a like, subscribe, share, join us on Instagram, join us on Facebook, join us on TikTok. We're all over. Check out our shorts. Like I said, we have some really good ones. We're getting really good response on those. Some over 20,000. So please just check us out. Give us a like, subscribe, share this content, follow the Midwest Raiders. We're just Raider fans and we're just here to make some content. We always do recaps and previews, even if they're together. And we're going to bring that content to you, that Raider material, give you a little bit of Raiders news and, whatever insight news is out there. We try to do that as well. But yeah, we're just Raider fans and we love to chat. Jimmy, I'll let you take us out today and wrap it up.
Yeah, no, like you said, like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment. We love talking Raider fan. Like you said, we're on all platforms. So give us a shout out. We'll comment back. I promise.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. And as always,
Go
go Raiders.
Raiders.
Check you guys later.